So I'm out in the shop with Colonel Craftsman. Perfect weather to go to the river. Bad sign, the toolboxes have to be open. I just put in a brand new battery, and when we hit the key, the starter is not engaging. So we're gonna rip it off real quick, rebuild it. So I'm here at the mud hole. I got Colonel Craftsman. I don't know how much gas is in it, and the battery's about to die on the camera, but I need to go through the mud hole to pick up that bucket. I just can't reach it. I don't want to get my shoes wet. And I don't think I'm going to make it through, but hey, I got a tractor. Here we go. Anyway, we're going to go third gear, wide open, see what happens. Well, we made it through except for this little hill I bottomed out, and I believe we're out of gas now. Alright, go ahead, pull it. So just got home from work, ran out of gas yesterday. Here's the gas can, we're gonna put some gas in it. And I just remembered I didn't show you the engine starting on a starter rebuild video. You should probably show it working. Anyway, I saved the rebuild part for the end of the video. I figure most people want to see the mudding. If you watch this far, I appreciate it. If you watch it all, I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I just took out these two bolts. There's another one there, there's one there, there's two over here. Some up in front, I gotta get the air filter off. Won't be long. So I've got the 8 bolts out of the cowling. There's 2 on that side, 2 on this side, 2 on the front, 2 on the back. Had to take the throttle cable loose to get to that bolt. Had to take the air filter off to get to these 2 bolts. I've got the dipstick bracket loose. It is now time to pull this off with one hand. And we'll probably go wash it. Make it good and red. Dipstick. So the dipstick was giving me a fit, but I got it loose, no problem. Anyway, there's a bolt here. There's a bolt under the flywheel. Oh my gosh. We see what's going on now. Bendix is wore out. I started to go to the river and just risk it. I'm glad we didn't. Because Colonel does not have a pull right pulley. Alright, gotta find a different starter. The starter is 2/3 of the way out. I've got this bolt out. I've got the battery cable unhooked. Anyway, the next one is under there. I've already got it loose. And I need to clean out some of these dirt daubers and some of that grease. Make it run cooler. The starter is now out. The dirt dauber is now out. And let's see, a little bit of that grease in there. Since they're air cooled, they want all that grease off, especially on these fins. We'll clean it up a little bit, get the shop vac cleaned out a little bit. Might get to the starter first. Starter update. This piece broke. Broke off, fell off, the spring came out. And I don't have another starter for an oppie. Unless we take it off the boat motor, and I don't want to do that. What if we took this part starter, ripped all this good stuff off, replaced all this bad stuff? It's just this fancy mounting bracket. Let's try that. Hang in the river. Air device, and I've got the old crappy screwed up gear. It's off. That goes in the trash. Here's the one we got to pull off and put on here. That is our next step. Good news, we've got this little clip off. This part that was broke on the other starter is now off. There's a spring. There's 2 washers. And then the gear that we're looking for. Ooh, you get the whole thing. I might take the whole thing. Anyway, there's all the pieces we need. We just got to put it together. Sure enough, the one off of Colonel's starter has some damage. Not surprising. So we're going to put this whole piece on. Like that. Then we've got these 2 washers. This spring. This piece goes back on. I need a socket where I can tap it. Hold on. Alright, so I just grabbed 2 sockets. Let's put this on. I've got a 9/16. piece of cake. The clip is on. Double piece of cake. Now I'm debating, should I take it apart, grease it while it's off the mower? I might do that. Okay, to take it apart and grease it, you lay it on the hood of your mower, you stand in front of the fan if it's summertime. You take 5/16 bolts, 2 of them, take them out, pull it apart. Okay, the starter is all exploded. This cap pulls off. I take this little piece of paper towel, clean the grease out of there, put some new grease in. We look at our brushes. Brushes look good. When you're taking it apart, be careful because the springs could fall out. There's 4 springs. If you lose one, go to your parts mower, I guess. Anyway, don't lose your springs. This is your armature. What I do, I take the dipstick out of the engine, drop a couple drops of oil here, put some grease there, put it all back together, and that's what I call rebuilding them. So I've got about this much grease, which is plenty. I just scoop it in there. Smear it around. Spins really good. Don't want to put too much grease. And then up here I took some Silver Bullet, just got an oil change, so I put some new oil in here. It spins good. Hold on, let me get coordinated. So now it's just a matter of putting it back together. So I took my brushes holder all the way out. We got to put this spring back in. Spring goes in there. That spring's trying to get away. And then I put the brush back in like that. And I take a little nail to hold it into place like that. 1 down, 3 to go. The back of the brush has a little notch. It goes inside the spring. Push it into the slot. Push it into the slot. Tell the nail to hold it. Put that spring right back in there. It's trying to get away. Nail it. One more time. Set that aside. Make sure this is smooth. This is smooth. Line up these 2 holes with the grooves in your batteries. Dirty side goes out. Watch your fingers because that is a magnet. Okay, I've got this bolt hole lined up with the groove and the magnet. It's now time to put our brushes back in. They can only go one way. That bolt for the battery cable goes there. Slides in like that. Pull your nails out. Throw those down in the driveway. Just kidding. Put your greased cap back on. About like that. Then these 2 bolts go in. Oops. Tighten it up, put it on the mower. The starter is back in place. I got this one in, easy piece of cake. That one I've got to use this ring finger and this middle finger to start it. You got to reach under. Then I take this short wrench and I tighten it up. It is tight. This one you can tighten up with anything. It's a 1/2 inch. I'll use this ratchet. And do you recognize that yellow socket? That was when we painted the Poland's wheels. It's too loose to ratchet. There it goes. We got to put on the battery wire, and then we'll test it. So I washed the cowling. It's all pretty in red. We've got the 8 bolts in loosely. We're going to tighten all those up. Tighten up the dipstick bracket. Put the air filter back together. It is ride time. Oh, and we got to hook up the throttle cable too. Put it back into place. Here is parking brake is on, key, starter in action. I'll put Put some gas in and we'll fire it up. Just put some gas in, we'll hit the choke.